You know, the challenge is you got to rebuild with a lot of new players who will be younger, have new roles, less experience, and how do they respond, you know, to these new roles? And I've been pleased so far with the way our players have embraced the new roles, the new responsibilities. We're going to be a work in progress, and that's going to be critical to our success.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the Nick Saban Show, brought to you by Truckworks, along with the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm Chris Stewart. Coach, it's a little cool. I don't even know what the score was. Congratulations on a great win on the road against Auburn.
Yeah, it was a great win. The resiliency that our players showed, the way they kept competing in the game, the adversity that we had to overcome when we played, you know, not so well in the first half. Defense got some really key stops in the game and some tough field position type things. But I can't tell you how proud of the players I am. I mean, that was something. I mean, to hang in there and play in that game and go 90-some yards for a touchdown to tie it up, and then do what we had to do in overtime to be able to win. This is one I'll always remember.
This was very special, Coach, and you weren't at full strength. You lost some guys over the course of the game. Of course, you lost guys coming in, but still managed to find a way to get it done.
Well, and I think that's all about the competitive character of the players. They deserve all the credit for that. I mean, I think the coaches did a good job at halftime, but man, this is one of those things where, you know, you're really so proud of your team for being a team, hanging together, being positive, overcoming adversity, showing resiliency. I mean, those kind of competitive characteristics, you know, are hard to find sometimes.
All right, Coach, let's get into the first half highlights.
Finley's first throw, maybe. Nope, Will Anderson there, close to a safety. Another sack for number 31.
And the stunt that everybody's seen over and over again, they just come and wheel him inside. Starts outside and then comes right over the center. Auburn probably practiced.
You know, those kind of guys.
And they're not, nobody's real tall. You know, 50-50 balls.
3rd and 4. Finley. Gonna go down. Tried to get out of there and couldn't. Dallas Turner was there, so was Fidarian Mathis.
So TJ Finley did what he was told to do.
First down at the 15.
Wasn't really even a back shoulder. It was just there.
Hudson, touchdown. Finley, he'll go down. Fidarian Mathis drops him at midfield.
Another one of those odd plays where quarterback half rolls out, and when
Coach, 7-0 at the half, could have been worse.
Well, defense did a great job of getting some stops. They really only gave up one play. I mean, the fade that, you know, Josh Jobe probably could have intercepted as well as the guy catching. And but other than that, man, they played outstanding defensively. We didn't move the ball on offense. We had a lot of bad field position situations, but you know, we got in the locker room at halftime. I think that was very helpful for us to get out of that with just a 7-0 deficit.
All right, Coach, we'll be back with more in just a moment here on the Nick Saban Show.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made, and by Coca-Cola. Together tastes better.
Coach, what was the message at the break?
Well, really, you know, I thought they were dictating the game to us. You know, their defense was dictating the game. You know, we were playing on our heels. We were getting a lot of bad down and distance situations. And I told the offense, you know, if you're a competitor in this world, you have to dictate to the other team what you're doing. So we got to be more aggressive. We'll try to run the ball and throw RPOs, get the ball out quickly. Right, but we're going to do a better job of executing. But we got to attack them. If we miss them, we miss them. Well, let's attack them. And I think, you know, that mindset sort of helped us get some momentum going. And even when we had a couple good drives in the second half, we stopped ourselves with penalties. We botched the field goal. I mean, so we moved the ball pretty effectively in the second half.
All right, Coach, let's look at the second half highlights and overtime highlights as well.
33-yard try by Ben Patton at the uprights to our right. The snap and the spot. The kick is on the way, and it is up and good. Bama 2 of 9 in third down conversions. Looking for a bank first down if they can get it here. Here's a third down and 13. Bryce has time. Bryce looks, throws it across the middle, intercepted at the 45-yard line of Auburn. Intercepted by Darius Knighton. It'll be his second interception of the year, and Auburn's got the football. Bigsby in motion now as the snap goes to Finley. He'll throw it up high. Tipped and intercepted by Alabama. Intercepted by Josh Jobe. It is going to be his second pick of the year. A 30-yard field goal attempt. Snap, spot, kick is good. From the 28-yard line of Auburn. Bama going left to right. Bryce gets the snap, knee high. Looks, throws the fade route, near side end zone. Got it! Caught! Touchdown, Alabama! Caught by Ja'Cory Brooks in the end zone. He gets position on the defensive back, Jalen Simpson, and pulls it down for the touchdown with 24 seconds to go in regulation play. What a throw. What a catch. Good Lord, what a day. Gets the snap. Looks, throws, wide open. Touchdown, Alabama in overtime. Slade Bolden pulling down his second touchdown reception of the year. TJ Finley, empty backfield. Wides either way. Man in motion, goes to the far side. Finley stands in, looks, throws. It is caught for a touchdown by Landon King. The tight end pulls down his first touchdown reception of the year. Off the near hash mark, kicking it left to right. Wind is not a factor. We've had no breeze at all today. Here's the snap, here's the kick. It's on the way. It is good. Riker, the kick, up, and good. It was not the prettiest of kicks, but it was beautiful once it cleared through the uprights. 2-point conversions now. Bryce waits, gets the snap, looks left, throws a BB, caught for a 2-point conversion. John Mechie. Tank is to the right side of his quarterback, Finley. Man in motion, returning to the right side. Finley rolls to his right, under pressure, throws, and is caught by the tight end, and he is in for a touchdown, or excuse me, the 2-point conversion. Now for the 2-point conversion to win it for Alabama. Bryce in the shotgun, gets the snap, backpedals, looks left, throws, touchdown! 2-point conversion, and Alabama wins. John Mechie on the grab. 24-22, the Crimson Tide wins the Iron Bowl of 2021.
Coach, unbelievable effort. to be able to claim this win on the road?
Yeah, we got some key stops on defense down the road, even though it was not great field position. And Bryce's performance in the second half was outstanding. The last drive to, tie the game up was 90-some yards. Made some really key throws. We made some big-time catches in critical situations. It was the guys were just fantastic in terms of the way they competed in the game, and I never thought we were ever going to lose. I've never seen very many teams that have that kind of intensity and that kind of will to win come up short, and we found a way to get it done.
You did indeed. 24-22 in 4 overtimes. Alabama knocks off Auburn. We've got a lot more coming up. Stay with us here on the Nick Saban Show, presented by Truckworks.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by Tiffin Motorhomes, made to move you. And by Aflac. Get to know us at aflac.com.
Coach, it's only a 30-minute show, so I don't know how many turning points we can get to, but you pick the one you like best.
Well, I think the defense of getting the last stop, getting the ball back, and going 97 yards for a touchdown to tie the game up. That was a turning point because at least that got us to overtime.
Yes, sir.
And then every play in overtime was a turning point, especially when you have to start going for 2.
Right.
So Kool-Aid makes the play, and then, Bryce hits Mechie and we make the play, so we win the game. So I don't know which part of all those turning points are most important.
I tell you what, we're going to go and talk about your coaching staff right now, or one member in particular. You reference your staff and the job they do, but Holman Wiggins is a gentleman that we want to hear you talk about this week.
Well, Holman is a lone carryover on offense from last year, who had some experience, with our offense, with the players. And, he has been a real key part of us being able to make this transition offensively. He has great input. He has good understanding. His players love him. And obviously, his players have played pretty great. We've had 4 first-round draft pick receivers and a couple pretty significant players right now. So he's a great family man. He's got lots of kids. and he does a fantastic job. Good recruiter.
Let's go Mercedes-Benz All Access with Holman Wiggins.
I grew up in Los Angeles, California. Around in the 80s, was raised by my grandmother. Was bused probably about 45 minutes to an hour out to San Pedro High School. I played my college ball at the University of New Mexico. Was a running back, for you guys that don't know. Also returned kicks and punts.
Ready, go.
My wife and I, we have 6 kids, 4 daughters and 2 boys. When you talk about our 6 kids, we come from an athletic family. So all of them are in some type of sport. Our oldest, she was in soccer, she was in volleyball, she ran track as well. Our 16-year-old Karen, she's in volleyball. She dabbled a little bit in some other sports. Brooklyn, our 14-year-old, she's in basketball. And then our youngest daughter, Journey, she does all of it. And then our boys, they love football. They're in the cars, trucks, but when you talk about, rolling past the stadium, that's all they want to do is get out and be able to run the field.
Silver switch. Ones are up. Silver switch.
It's crazy to think what it's been like coaching here for Coach Saban. It's only year 3 for me, and I am the longest vested coach on the offensive side of the ball. It's been a blessing, first and foremost. I've done a great job of trying to be a sponge and listen to, a lot of the things that Coach Saban does. He's remarkable in it. He does not get destination disease. He's always looking for the next best thing, and he continues to basically strive and get the best out of not only his players, but also us as coaches. You started to kind of see a swing of, a long lineage of really good receivers come through here at the University of Alabama. I've been blessed to coach some good ones. So when you talk about, what all of those guys brought to the table, the great thing that I loved about them, they all were workers. They all were alpha males. They all, left their ego and checked their ego at the door, because, to sit there and have a bunch of good players and there's only one football, sometimes that could be a little bit of a struggle to kind of make sure that the demands of the ball and, guys, kind of keep their, emotions in check. But they all did a good job of competing, not only amongst each other, but also competing amongst themselves to make sure that they were the best player that they could be.
Right, it's base hits and home runs, right? Every now and then you can hit that single, but every now and then you got to go yard. You with me?
What am I like at practice? I think my players would say demanding. Probably a little too much, a perfectionist, because I want it to look a certain kind of way. So I may have something to say about anything that they do. So even if those guys are successful, it may be a little tweak, a little something that they could do that can make it even a little more better. So, they'd probably say that I'm demanding and I'm never satisfied. My philosophy as a coach is to connect. At the end of the day, I feel like, a lot with our players, you can get them to do more when they feel like that you care about them. So, the biggest thing for me is to equip these guys with the tools to be successful in life, enhance, their development, because, we're in the development business, developing them as people and developing them as players, and empower them to be leaders of the future, So that's kind of always been my MO, to make sure that I'm a blessing to them and get a chance to be a bridge builder to get those guys from where they are to where they want to be.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works.
Coach, our player feature this week is on Jalen Moody. Tell us about him.
Well, Jalen Moody is a guy, you always love these guys that are core special teams guys. They play on all the special teams. They work their tail off all week long as a backup linebacker. Don't get a whole lot of opportunity to play, but accept and embrace the role that they have and do a fantastic job of contributing to the team in a way that nobody really ever recognizes. And he's done really well in school. He's going to graduate, so he's been a real positive guy in the program, and I think his resiliency to stick with it and stay in the program and make that contribution is something that not everybody's willing to do in this day and age.
Coach, let's spend some time hearing from Jalen Moody.
My name's Jalen. I'm from Conway, South Carolina. I play inside linebacker. Mainly I really feel like I came to Alabama because of Coach Saban, and just his tradition and what he has instilled in many guys around this time that he's been here. I just wanted to be a part of that, come here, grow, become the player that, I know I can be, and the sky's the limit, I'm just trying to keep getting better. I graduate this December, but I'm looking forward to it. Well, I plan on hopefully going to the next level, just wherever that takes me in life. And then after that, I hopefully plan on trying to open up something back home, help kids in my hometown, like sports, things that they weren't able to have where I have now, understanding the things that I learned and trying to implement it back home to some of the kids that don't have the same opportunity that I had. Walking out of the tunnel every Saturday at Bryant-Denny, man, it's crazy. You just get that adrenaline rush, you walking outside and you see all the fans out there, the lights going off, and just everybody out there ready for you to play. It's just a surreal moment, man. Something that, once it's gone, you can't get back, for real. It's gonna be crazy, man. Like I said, me coming from South Carolina, not a lot of people expecting me to get to this place or even make it to college. So me being in this position right now is just surreal. I think about all the time, talk to my parents and my friends, just being here. It's just blessed. I'm just blessed to be here, to be honest. And so, just being able to have the opportunity to graduate from Alabama, be the first in my family to graduate from a Power 5 and the first in my hometown to come to Alabama and do this is just crazy to me. I just hope I'm opening up many doors for kids in my neighborhood and my hometown to do the same. Alabama fans, I just want to tell y'all thank you for welcoming me to y'all big family. I'm forever grateful, and it's forever Roll Tide. You got love in my heart, and I love y'all forever.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by Tiffin Motorhomes, made to move you.
Coach, you knew what was next coming into this one. It's the SEC championship game next week in Atlanta.
Well, Georgia's got a great team. They played really well all year long. They've probably been one of the most dominant teams in the country, so this will be a tremendous challenge for us. And just all about how committed our players need to be after this win to get themselves ready to go against a really, really good team. And you know, the SEC championship game to me is one of the greatest venues you could ever be involved in. Right. And we certainly are very happy and proud of our players for creating that opportunity for themselves next week against Georgia.
Best of luck trying to win the Southeastern Conference next week. Congratulations on winning the West 2 weeks ago, and today winning the state 24-22. Alabama defeats Auburn. For Coach Saban, I'm Chris Stewart. Roll Tide, everybody.
The Nick Saban Show is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Together tastes better. By the University of Alabama, where legends are made. And by Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works.